Okay, so let's have a look at this first question. So this literally, something squared literally means something multiplied by itself. Okay, so let's go root a plus root 8a multiplied by itself, root a plus root 8a. Okay, so we need to crab claw. And so the first question we need to ask ourselves is, what is root a times root a? Root a times root a is kind of like root a squared, isn't it? What about if it was root 25 times root 25? 5 times 5, that would give you 25, wouldn't it? Because you've got root 25 squared, okay? And the squaring and the rooting kind of cancel out. So root a times root a is actually just a. Then we're going to do this times this. And so I'm going to write that, for the moment, I'm just going to write that as root a times root AA. And this gives you the same thing here. Root AA times root A is the same sum. Then we've got root AA times root AA. So it's a very similar to, I don't know, root 30, the thing multiplied by itself. It's like saying, what is root 36 squared? And so that's just going to give you 8a. So just doing a bit of tidying up, I can see immediately that these are going to collect, and I get 9a. Okay, and plus, and I've got two of the same thing, so I've got 2 root a plus root 8a. Well, you might remember that if you've got 16 over 25, and that's being square rooted, you can think of it as root 16. Okay, sorry, I'm just off the page there. I think it is root 16 over root 25, which would be 4 over 5. Okay, and the same thing goes for if you've got root AB, you can think of that as root A times root B. Okay, so I can split this up. I can say that that is the same as 2 root A times, okay, root 8 times root A. And these things here, root A times root A, well, we've already worked out that that just gives you A. So that becomes 2A root 8. Now if you put root 8 into calculator, you get 2 root 2, okay? And the reason you get 2 root 2 is because the root 8 has got a square number hiding inside it called 4. So I can rewrite that as this, giving you 2 root 2. So here, if I write that as 2, okay, a times, that dot means times, root 2, I'm going to get 4a root 2. So I've got 4a root 2, and all of this will have 9a in front of it. So 9a plus that, okay? So let's go back and compare our simplification, which was 9a plus 4a root 2 to what they wanted. So I'm going to put that 9a here plus 4a root 2. And so for ours to work, okay, we're going to need something that multiplies with 9 to give you 54. And hopefully you can see that a would have to be 6 for that to work. And if a is 6, then 4 times 6 is 24.